What are the top 10 least trusted professions in the United States according to a Gallup 2025 poll? Is your profession on the list? Let's take a look. Go ahead and jump in. Number 10 will be lobbyists. 18% of people think lobbyists are trustworthy. That is a high number, I think. But there are some good lobbyists out there, like for animal rights, for child abuse, domestic violence. So 18% might not be too bad, I would say. I think there's some good ones out there, some bad ones out there as well. I think we all know. Let's take a look. What is number 9? What would number 9 be? Lawyers. 17% of people consider them trustworthy. That is probably composed of at least 10% lawyers, but 17% of people think that lawyers are trustworthy. Obviously, they've never gone through a divorce. I've got a couple of friends who just went through one, and they were absolutely devastated. Not only did they dislike their spouse's lawyer, they dislike theirs as well. Apparently, once a large majority of the money is used up for the proceedings, then they have a tendency to compromise pretty quickly. So number 9 is lawyers. All right, let's take a look at number 8. Who do we have in number 8? TV reporters. 13% consider them trustworthy. I would say that is high for me personally. I don't watch the news very often because it has a tendency to promote the fight or flight response. So either they're going to make you really pissed off or they're going to make you really scared. And it's very hard to find like a neutral news source. If I do watch the news, it's going to be I'm going to watch a left-wing version of the news, I'm going to watch a right-wing version of the news, and I'm going to try to find something kind of in the middle and just try to figure out what's going on in the world. But TV reporters came in number 8 with 13%. What do we have after that? Who is number 7? Insurance agents. Yay, we made this. We're not at the bottom. That's good. Seven is a good number. So 12% of people think that insurance agents are trustworthy. I would say a large percentage that's probably agents, and it does make sense, especially for the life insurance industry. 92% of the people who start in life insurance fail after the first year, and then half of the people remaining fail in the second, and then half of the people remaining from that fell in the third. So most of the people that do the calls and presentations are probably newer agents. So I can see where trustworthiness is low. So insurance agents came in at 7. Who is going to be the magic number 6? Advertising practitioners. Wow. Okay, I would rank these guys a lot lower. I'm sure there's some good advertising people out there. Working in the life insurance space, like all of the ads that are generated are ones that are extremely misleading. It's like either they're saying something's free or they promise you a quote and then they get your phone number and they call you nonstop. So it could be just my experience is skewing my perception on it, but I think 10% is probably pretty high. There are a few ads that I actually like, but for the most part, from my experience, I would prefer not to deal with advertising practitioners. All right, what is our next one? Business executives, number 5. They are actually tied with advertising practitioners. I can see that. I think there are some good business people out there. I have worked for a few Fortune 500 companies in my day, and there are a few decent ones, but for the most part, they are very quick to cut dead weight or restructure or outsource if it means saving a dollar. So as much talk as they say, like we're family, we're a team, if it means saving a dollar, they will more than happily do that. So 10% is probably right for those. And let's take a look. Who is number 4? Who is number 4? Stockbrokers. Yes, I would say that might be actually a high number for stockbrokers as well. I have worked on a big trade floor before, like for a huge bank, and they have meetings in the morning, like whether it's commodities or foreign exchange or equities. All these groups have meetings in the morning, and they determine or they predict, quote unquote, predict where the price will be at the end of the day, end of the trading session, and somehow magically it always ends up at that number. And during the course of the day, when retail traders they see a certain movement in direction, all of a sudden the price will reverse to wipe out the retail traders, and then at the end of the day, it'll move back up to where it was supposed to be. So yeah, I can see. I think 9 is a really high number for stockbrokers. Um, they're nice people, but as far as the ethics, I'm not 100% sold on the 9%. Number 3, car salesman. Oh, here's the thing. I've got a negative image of car salespeople. There's one guy who does car sales training, and he comes off as like super aggressive, super confident. You got to be up in the people's face. Uh, I don't really like that. But my experience with car salespeople is very limited. My last car I had for 20 years until it finally just gave out, and then I bought my newest car. I bought it online. I went online, offered a price, got the car. I was happy. So I haven't had to deal with car salesmen in like 20 some years. So I'm just going to go with everybody else and assume that 7% is fairly accurate. All right, so number 2, members of Congress. Wow, that is a high number for Congress. 7%. What are there? 435 members of Congress and 7%. Let's pull up the old calculator for that. What is our calc? 7%. So 435. So there's roughly, they think maybe 30% of Congress is trustworthy. That is a high number. I can think of 5 senators and Congress people that I would actually trust, like on both sides of the aisle. And I can't, no, that's too high for me. All right, and the least trusted profession in the United States is telemarketers, 5%. Who were the 5% that said that they were trustworthy? I disagree with that. These are the most annoying people that I have ever encountered in my life. They call you all day, every day. They use AI bots, which is super annoying because if you tell them you're not interested, they don't care. They'll call you back in 5 minutes. They use offshore call centers. They use multi-line dialers, so they call a lot of people at the same time. They use number filters, so they change their numbers too. So one person can call you 50 times, and if you answer the phone, like, oh, this is my first call. Yeah, whatever, Bob. So this is the top 10 or the bottom 10 of the professions that are least trusted in the United States. One thing with life insurance agents, I think this is a profession that actually crosses a few boundaries. So if you're an insurance agent, more than likely you're going to do some advertising, or at least buy advertising, and hopefully it's good advertising that they're not lying to the people, and also be a telemarketer as well. Most agents are trained to call people 9 times a day, 3 times in the morning, 3 times in the afternoon, and 3 times at night, which automatically turns people off. I mean, rightfully so. It's annoying, it's harassing, but I will get off my high horse. And in this video, if you have any other professions you think should be on the list, let me know. And if you need any information on life insurance, send me a text message or hop on my calendar. Thanks a lot.